Welcome and all, my name is Hunter and welcome to this great idea of mine that I came up with while I was, I guess shitting, I'm not sure of that part. Today we are doing something that nobody has ever done. That is a very bold claim, please don't look that up. This video is going to be totally random, and let me explain the rules since it's the first video and I feel like I'll be doing this a lot. So I have this bright idea. First, we are going to start with a random word. Now, this might change in the future into 2 words or an entire sentence, totally dependent on maybe what you guys say, or maybe one day I'll just feel like changing the rules a bit. So I found this random word generator site. We are going to use it to generate 1 word. Now, this word is just however I interpret it. I have to use it to build an argument or maybe to find a topic related to it. So if it's love, I might talk about Valentine's Day. I might talk about relationships. I might talk about, the general love advice, everything like that. Now, the interesting part is that there's no way I can script this. I mean, there is a way. There are editing tools that allow me to see what I picked, but I'm kind of too lazy for that. So trust me, this is real. Now, next up is going to be the number generator. Now, the number generator is going to be from 1 to 10 for the first episode, and maybe it will stay this way. Maybe for some crazy days, I'll bump it to 30. But the idea is, whatever number comes out, I have to talk as many minutes about this select word, about the topic I create out of this word for, let's say, 5 minutes. And now, the last part, this will also maybe change in the future, or I can add something else, will be a simple coin flip. Now, this coin flip will add a huge challenge to me. You see, I'll determine heads or tails before I flip the coin, whether I am allowed to actually cut the video or no. Which means that if, let's say I say heads and I do not cut the video, I have to consistently speak for these 5 minutes that are given to me about this topic without stuttering too much and without stopping too much, which is going to be a very painful challenge if it does happen. But if it is tails, in that case, I suppose I'll still fit like the 5 minutes, but rather the 5 minutes will be, 5 minutes after the edit, so that the video is 5 minutes long. Now I know this introduction already took a while from this video, so yeah, without further ado, let us start with first selecting the word. So when I open the website, it starts with, thankfully, I'm gonna generate a random word without just going for the first one. Reflection. Oh my god. Okay, reflection. Now, on to the number generator. I started with a 7, but let's see, 4 minutes. So I'll say heads, as it is right now, I am allowed to cut, and tails, I am not allowed to cut. Oh my god. Okay, I'm allowed to cut. Let's go. So, reflection. The topic that I want to tackle with you guys today is not the specific one-on-one reflection, but the reflection of a person to him or herself. Now, it is a very challenging thing, as I even talked about it in my previous video about social media, that a person's reflection to himself can actually be quite like the struggle, especially when you start comparing yourself to other people around you. Now, of course, this inner reflection would come in different ways, and from a personal standpoint, sometimes I'm gonna go over like what I do to maybe improve myself, to help myself sometimes, mentally and so on. And hopefully this will help you out in this short 4 minutes. Now, reflecting about something is a challenge, as I said, not necessarily because, you will not be able to dedicate time or anything like that, or it's something that only a professional can do, but rather sometimes people are dishonest to themselves, and you can even find that on yourself. When you try to understand your mistake, it's not easy to go out sometimes and say, shit, I'm the one at the fault here. I am the one who screwed it up. It takes a toll. It takes a lot of practice to be able to admit that you did fuck up and that you have to do something about it. You have to somehow improve upon what you did. Now, of course, that is not to say that it is very impossible or mentally just taxing to do all of this all the time. There are people who do it in a very good way without actually struggling much. But personally speaking, I sometimes struggle, sometimes don't. And for those of you who struggle, I would really suggest you just find the hardest thing to confess to yourself. Let's say you pretend that you work hard, or you think that you actually work hard. That can be studying, that can be, working out, gym, and so on. And see if you're lying to yourself in a sense that you are actually not working as much as you claim to do. Just stand in front of a mirror one time and just maybe start whispering first. Tell yourself that, yeah, I'm not doing this. I am not being honest to myself. And you just develop this. And after a point, just try to not necessarily shout it. Hey, some of us have neighbors, duh. But rather try to push yourself to say it loud. Because that way you just feel like you got rid of that thing completely. But of course, just reflection and just admitting the shit on its own is not enough. The person should also realize that, hey, I have to improve. If there's an issue, I have to improve. And okay, now that I'm speaking of it, reflection always feels like something negative. It doesn't have to be that we are all bad. None of us are perfect. That is a fact. But don't forget to also take your time to reflect upon the things that you did well. I'm trying to keep it short because it's 4 minutes, right? But try to also say, hey, you did a good job. Look into the things you did. Reflect upon what you did. Maybe like yesterday, maybe there's a task that you finished. Maybe there was something hard that you did. Just give that pat on the back of your shoulder and be like, hey man, good job. You really did it. And it does help. Sounds like total bullshit. Trust me. Apart from criticizing yourself, just telling to yourself, hey, you did a great job is as important as just looking at yourself and saying, hey, I am wrong and I should change that. Okay, now I think I ran out of time. Usually I will not extend these parts. Like after it's over, these 4 minutes. And I'm just gonna cut them. For those that I cannot edit and cannot add cuts, I'll just cut in the middle of the sentence if I have to make it 4 minutes exactly. I just wanted to extend this because it's the first episode. And just want to start with saying that, hey, okay, I had the edit chance, I had the cut chance, but I managed to actually do it properly. So hell yeah to that. And thankfully, reflection is a topic that I can actually cover. Like I could wrap my head around it. But I'm going to be doing this more frequently, trust me, because it was a fun idea. Now that I did it, it's even more fun. And trust me, it's one of those fucking secret cope out mechanics of, hey, I don't specifically know what to do, or the things that I wanted to do, I don't like them now that I finished them. But this is an exact excuse for me to just sit down, talk some random shit for a random time, and then get the fuck out of here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, because bad news, if you didn't, then you'll have to suffer through a lot more of this if you're sticking around. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Hopefully, we will see each other in my next random video, which I still think of a title for this thing so I can group them. This is not casual talk. I'll think about that. But yeah, once again, thank you all so much. Stay safe out there, and goodbye.